the Melyssa Ford situation.
Yes.
Now,
is it a situation?
No, it isn't a situation.
Is it a situation? The reason why now I love Melyssa enough to pay attention to every word. So I want to be very clear. I don't see it as a situation.
Okay.
And I don't want to label it a situation because I had a certain level of love for her that I've never given to a lot of people. I don't. Latifah's gotten it. She's gotten it. Cardi has it when it comes, and Rihanna has it. But like in terms of industry females, there's not a lot that have gotten it. Claudia Jordan had it at one point. Melyssa was like, I loved her a lot. You know, I cared about her a lot as a friend. We're no longer friends, but that's okay. That was her choice. I just, it is what it is.
The rumor is,
yeah,
y'all working together. You got this show. Show was lit. She gets into this car accident. She doesn't return to work, but she's outside. Outside.
Outside?
What does outside mean?
You know what outside means.
You drive by.
She was outside. Like she was coming out. She was going to clubs or certain things, but saying that she
outside.
Yeah. But saying that she wasn't. I'm asking. This is the rumor. This is not N.O.R.E's news. This is not Drink Champs
N.O.R.E news.
N.O.R.E news. That should be a segment.
That should be a segment.
I like
N.O.R.E
that.
News.
N.O.R.E
Okay.
news.
But is that what happened? Because you guys got this show. It's popping, and then this accident does happen. Am I correct?
So can I back up a little bit?
Yes,
just because I want to be very respectful of the situation. Because there's a history here, right?
Okay.
Melyssa and I became friends a long time ago. And just as friends, I would go to her house. This is when she was living in New York. And she welcomed me into her life through a third party. And I just loved how she seemed like a real chick, sexy, funny, smart as fuck, beautiful, all those things, and
Canadian.
fun. I didn't really know about all that, but I found it out later.
All right.
And that didn't matter to me.
Y'all said it in a weird way.
But like, she was cool. And then to the industry, to hip hop, she was Melyssa Ford, whatever. And I knew who she was. But I became friends with the person, not the video girl. Like, I don't give a fuck about the video girl. I don't care about, I know all the video girls. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about their occupation. I care about people. So we built a friendship, and our relationship was so good that when we would talk, it would be hilarious. I was like, yo, this is funny as shit. So when I got in Love and Hip Hop and needed to create a platform where people could see me, because I feel like Love and Hip Hop will literally create an image of you that may not be you.
Right.
Or do things in a way that you don't agree with. So I'm like, yo, I need to create a platform of my own where people can see who the fuck I am, because I'm much more than this show.
Yeah.
Once I did that, I came up with the idea. I was like, yo, I got to have Melyssa Ford on it, because the way we talk, it's just no pressure.
It's natural.
It's natural. Like, we don't need notes. We don't need prep. We don't need production. We just need to turn on the mic and talk. And so when I called her, she had just moved back to L.A. She had just came through the lawsuit with Bravo, where she would hit in the head and she got a check. And she didn't have nothing else going on. Keep it 1,000. And I didn't have nothing else going on but Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop don't pay shit. So I was like, okay, let's do this podcast. We don't know how we're going to get the money, but we're going to start a podcast. Let's just talk our shit. And we did. And the show just took off in a way that we had never imagined. So while the show took off, we were also trying to figure out how to make money, because we weren't making money doing the show. We were doing it on Dash.
Yeah.
DJ Ski and them don't pay no money, but they give you free infrastructure,
Shout out to Dash, though.
Yeah,
so I fuck with them, So I started bringing my guests in, and we became the biggest show on Dash, but we started like getting crazy numbers online. So I built Hollywood Unlocked. Now here's where the real problem started. I own Hollywood Unlocked. On this show, she said she was the most famous person when she came on the podcast. She's the same person on the same podcast that said fame is a drug, so she must have smoked some before she came and talked her shit here. I don't give a fuck about fame. Give me the fucking money. All I want is fucking money. If I walk down the street right now and a nnigga don't know me, I don't care. Right. But guess what? That motherfucking Cash App, that PayPal, and them wires happen all day, every day. I got $1 million last week.
Right.
One wire. So I don't care about fame. I don't care about people noticing me. Like, that shit, she says she don't care about it, but she really does, especially when you were hot in the 90s, but you're not hot right now.
Right.
We live in the Amber Rose and the Karuchi world. It's different. You got the Aries and the different girls online, the Jada Waiters, who are fucking up the internet the way she used to fuck up videos. And I know that that's probably something she got to deal with. I've never publicly disrespected. I'm not going to disrespect her today, but I want to add context. Because the thing I consciously don't do is talk about her in public. Because that's like my neighbor in apartment 32. we don't live next to each other no more. So why are we even talking about each other? I don't
But in
talk to
retrospect, I did bring you up. You know what I mean?
You did,
Because
did, but it was a couple things that happened, and I watched that video probably 50 times because I'm
Jeez.
I look at, no, 50.
He's a sensei. He's
50.
A sensei.
I can tell you that the point of your video, I think, started at the 50-point mark in your video. I had my team crop it and give me just that.
right.
There was a couple nuances that I saw. First of all, you messy as hell, by the way.
You saw Mr. Green. Mr. Green? You met Mr. Green in that
Green.
video right there, the Dominican right there.
Oh, listen.
That was at the end of my part. I was focused on my part.
She got
There was
so
a couple
drunk
things that
she got
happened.
very drunk.
No, we're not gonna blame it on the alcohol because last week I was drunk and got on the mic and Lil Kim was at my party and I was talking a lot of shit on that mic that I saw posted online, but I meant everything I said because when you drunk, that's when you tell the truth. This shit give you courage. Shit, I got
I
it.
feel like popping another bottle. Goddamn.
No,
Come on, let's do it.
no. But let me say this.
Yeah, finish your thought.
I'm popping another bottle. Goddamn.
But let me say this. Let me say this, and I want to preface it with. I have a ton of respect for what Melyssa Ford did as a contributor to my movement, to my journey. She's been a part of that. She's gonna always be a part of that history.
One second. Was that the beginning of Hollywood Unlocked?
No, and that's the problem.
Okay.
I started Hollywood Unlocked from an Instagram and the idea.
2015, right?
2015. In an Instagram in a studio apartment where I had an idea of what Hollywood Unlocked could be, I had an idea of what the space needed, and I launched that with no idea where the fuck it was gonna go. I called Mona, I got on Love and Hip Hop. I did a lot of shit to get my brand out there.
So the brand was already solidified.
The brand was solidified.
Right.
Melyssa was a caveat to that. But when she came here, she made it seem like because she was the most famous person, that meant something. Fame don't mean shit. Because she wasn't more famous than everybody we interviewed. She never booked a guest. She never paid for production. She showed up sometimes unprepared and did her job and got her flowers the way she was supposed to. You know what I mean? All the shit so anyway, let me back up. When I saw her on the show speak on me in the show, there's a lot of shit she left out. Her and the co-host, when you manage a show, when you own a show, it's not just what you see on the video. It's what you don't see, right? Production, some people not showing up, co-hosts getting charges, co-hosts doing shit. Like, there's all types of shit happening on my show that I got to keep front-facing. I got to be like, yo, it's Hollywood Unlocked. I'm Jason Lee. Yo, what's up? We interviewing so-and-so today. But you don't know behind the scenes. It's all types of circus shit.
You got to show face regardless.
So much circus shit going on, right? That I'm balancing two grown adults who got their own shit going on that's impacting my show. That's impacting my brand. One thing that I'm focused on, that I'm going to always be loyal to, is I'm focused on quality over quantity. Who is my quality-based followership, and how do I keep feeding them shit? If I have 100,000 fans who buy a $40 T-shirt, that's $40 times 100,000. You could do the math, right? Same with views. Because everybody online don't matter. Everybody watching this interview, they gonna matter in terms of the click contribution and the comment contribution, but ultimately what they say don't fucking matter to me because you're not stopping my bank account.
Right.
With Melyssa, when we got together, you know, I really felt like we had something powerful, but I really felt like she didn't see the long-term opportunity.
Good.
We got
Meaning
that once we got the show, I told her, we're going to get radio, we're going to get TV, it's going to be a talk show, it's going to be all of those things. Just got to put in the work. Floyd Mayweather was one of the early people to get on and sponsor the show.
That's the podcast, correct?
That's the podcast. Okay. That's when we didn't know how to make no money because Ski and them didn't have...
we had, remember, when we started Drink Champs, I had a Dash radio show before.
So you know...
So that's where we recorded the first Drink Champs.
So you know what it is. There's no money.
Yeah, OG radio.
There's no money, but there's a platform.
Right.
And so... we knew that. So Floyd started supporting the show, giving her money and me money, supporting us, be building this thing because he believed in it after we interviewed him. And then, long story short, Hollywood Unlocked kind of took off. I went on Wild 'N Out. I went on Love and Hip Hop. I started getting featured. The headline in all of the pickup. The headline in all of the pickup, whether it was Vogue, Vanity Fair, TMZ, whatever, was Jason Lee, Jason Lee, Jason Lee. And I don't know how Beyonce feels with Kelly and them girls. I'm just Jason. I show up and do what the fuck.
You're trying to say your show was like Destiny Child.
I'm just saying if Michelle don't come to work, Beyonce not gonna give a fuck. The fans still gonna come.
Because y'all the Destiny Child.
I'm Beyonce. And I'm not even trying to be shady. I book the guests, I shoot the guests, I lead all the shit that make it go viral. I'm the person that puts sense into all the blogs, I handle all the press. I'm fucking Beyonce.
Right.
And that's what it is. And I've never said that because
And you own the brand, which is...
And I own the brand.
That's actually...
When she got into a car accident, I think first of all, shout out to Moni Love. I love Moni Love. Moni, I was so disappointed in you. Because I only fuck with Moni because of Latifah, because that's my girl. Like, I've known Latifah since I was 15. I'm 44 years old. I'm about to be 45. Moni Love has always been sweet to me. I've always been nice to her. I thought she was a little... I know she was Melyssa's sidekick in that interview, and I felt like she needed to... There was a little shady shit. Can I just say this real quick? I'm sorry. I've been drinking, y'all, so blame the show.
You want another shot?
No.
Reposado.
No.
Okay.
Reposado?
I'm gonna take it.
I was watching the show. I was watching the show when you asked her about Hollywood Unlocked, and Moni was like, "Oh, you," and then she was like, They had already had a conversation with each other about me.
To not talk about you?
To not talk about me or about me, whatever. Like, I've never talked to Moni about Melyssa, and I know she got my number, and I got her number. But I thought, like, it was pretty interesting, the nice nastiness that was happening during that interview. Because, although she said I'm loquacious, and I am, I think there were a lot of things left off the table that if she was going to actually speak on the relationship, she should have spoke to.
Let's get through it. Let's run through it real quick.
If you work at McDonald's and you get in a car accident, you do not get to take a year off. That's number one. But I gave her all the time she needed. There was an open-ended, like, do whatever. Now, mind you, we serve an audience.
Right.
If you serve French fries at McDonald's, your audience pulls up every day to that window wanting them fries.
It don't matter if it's Sabrina there.
They don't give a fuck who at the
Suave there.
And them fries better have salt on them, and they better taste the way them fries tasted the last time, because or you'll lose a loyal customer.
So let's get to the point. She did not come back to work.
When I think about Hollywood Unlocked, she didn't come back for such a long time. That wasn't even an issue for me. It was the issue that when she came back, she had this revelation that she didn't own Hollywood Unlocked.
Because it's rumored that she wasn't coming in saying that she was hurt. She was training with Hollywood Hino.
Well, she was doing a lot of things, but I wasn't judging her healing process because I was giving her the latitude to do what she needed to do to heal.
Okay.
And I was making a lot of excuses for people seeing things online where she was out and about, but then also on a show that she was absent from.
Going to Drake parties and shit like that?
Doing whatever she chose to do in her social world.
I be knowing when I hit it with you. Now I know, like, when I'm on the point.
But it was that. But it was also the fact that I think that she just really took issue with the fact that I own Hollywood Unlocked, and she felt that she had contributed so much that she should have owned some of it. And I'm sorry, no. I own 97% now because I put 100% work in and have raised a little money to keep it growing.
But let me be devil's advocate to a little bit. For people who did think that she started with you, with a percentage of ownership, you giving her a tiny percentage of ownership, would have rectified the situation and kept the show alive as the fans originally fell in love with it?
Well, the show is still alive, and the show is thriving and doing a lot better than it was then, and the fans are still there, and those that left, we don't care, and those that are new, we love them.
But you're lucky, but like Joe Budden. That's an example.
Unfortunately, he's not the best businessman. Right. I'm a businessman, and I'm not driven by emotion. Like, Melyssa's showing up or not showing up, Beyonce's still gonna get on stage. Right. When Michelle falls down, she gonna look at her like, bitch, bye. She's gonna keep dancing. Because Beyonce ain't looking in the review mirror. She ain't looking to the side. Beyonce is focused on Beyonce, and Jay is in the background saying, go, bitch! Like, let's keep it 1,000, right? Like, I'm not sitting here where I sit worried about what nobody's doing. If you my co-host and you want to act up, bye, bitch. Because I'm not her, any of them. They say we the Beyonce podcast. We still got a TV show out of it. We still got nationally syndicated. We launched in 52 markets on iHeart in a show that I own, and grew to 72 markets in a deal that I walked away from because I felt like, y'all niggas don't have enough money over there for me. Wow. And so ultimately, she let her ego get involved. Now, here's the deal. She came back. The only reason she came back is because I brought April Jones in, and we kept it moving, and we got the show on Love and Hip Hop. It was like, yo, we gonna keep it moving.
April Jones is...
the girl who was dating Dr. Dre, who has a baby by Omar, and who was fucking Fizz, who's now with Tay Diggs. You know what I mean?
It's hard to follow.
Just saying.
I know exactly who you're talking about. All right.
So when I brought April Jones in, she hit me back like, I missed the show. I'm like, well, the show misses you too. And I was tired of April because she had no perspective, she had no point of view, and she was tired, she was lazy, she was like irrelevant, right? So I was like, yo, Melyssa, at least she good talk. So I said, okay, cool, fuck it, let's work it out. We're gonna work it into my storyline on Love and Hip Hop. I'm gonna fire April on camera and I'm gonna bring you back. And I didn't tell April, that's why she didn't like me. But whatever, it's TV, like deal with it. You'll cry in the trailer and I'm gonna be okay. Beyonce never thought about Michelle crying. Are you crazy? I'm Beyonce, bitch. I'm Beyonce.